The Lord be with you and with your spirit. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Glory to you, O Lord. As Jesus passed by, he saw a man named Matthew sitting at the customs post. He said to him, "Follow me." And he got up and followed him. While he was at table in his house, many tax collectors and sinners came and sat with Jesus and his disciples. The Pharisees saw this and said to his disciples, "Why does your teacher eat with tax collectors and sinners?" He heard this and said, "Those who are well do not need a physician, but the sick do. Go and learn the meaning of the words, 'I desire mercy, not sacrifice.' I did not come to call the righteous, but sinners." The Gospel of the Lord. Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Good afternoon, everyone. The word evangelist is a military word in its origin. The evangelist was a soldier with a flag who returned to his town proclaiming the victory of his king. And the first canonical evangelist in the Bible in the Catholic Church is named Matthew. Matthew, with his conversion, proclaims to the world the victory of his king, and his king is Jesus Christ, King of love, King of truth, King of mercy. How great is God! Nothing is impossible for God. What a profound heart St. Matthew has. According to the Church Fathers, St. Matthew was a priest and a scribe with a very high degree of formation in his Jewish people. And he also left everything to be a scribe with the Romans. But within his desperation, where he fell to the ground existentially, one day Jesus entered into his life. What wonders. According to the evangelists of Marcus and Luke, they always call St. Matthew as Levi, his formal name. But only Matthew says Matthew. Because Jesus did not call Matthew, Jesus was the only one who called Matthew Matthew. He called him by his name as his father. He entered into his place and proclaiming his name, saying, "Matthew, come and follow me." He did not call him by his business name. And he got up and he followed Jesus. What a powerful grace. We also know that it wasn't the first time St. Matthew heard the voice of Christ, because in his gospel he begins with the Sermon on the Mount. And so St. Matthew was in this multitude listening, but returning to his life, listening to Jesus preach. It's impossible for me to change, Lord, until Jesus entered his life. Thanks to Matthew, we have the Our Father. Thanks to Matthew, we have the Beatitudes. Thanks to St. Matthew, we have the Great Commission to preach to all nations. It's that Matthew, priest, scribe, Jew, who wanted to proclaim Christ to all nations. Thanks to St. Matthew, we have the testimony of a night when Jesus called Peter to walk on the water, and St. Peter left and he began to walk. And also the words when Jesus said, "You are Peter, and over this rock you will build my church." What a grateful heart we contemplate in St. Matthew. A man who was in an existential hell, And Jesus, with his mercy, listening to the cries of his heart, and he took his hand, and Matthew never looked back. He entered into this path to preach with apostles and evangelists, becoming a martyr for the Lord. Our Mother Founder shares this. The gift of divine mercy to our generation is a grace granted through the intercession and mediation, maternal mediation of the Blessed Virgin Mary. As St. John Paul II says, the true meaning and proper meaning of mercy in the world does not consist only in the gaze, even if it's the most penetrating, compassionate, directed to the moral evil, physical or material evil. Mercy is manifested in its true and wonderful axis when it promotes and extracts the good of all ways that exist in our world today. This constitutes the fundamental content of the messianic message of Christ and the constitutive force of his mission. That's how they also understood and practiced mercy with his disciples and followers. She, as a creative force of love that does not allow itself to be overcome by evil, but rather overcomes evil with good. Jesus says at the conclusion today, I want mercy and not sacrifice. That is not only actions, but a mechanic faith that does the actions. No, it's a heart that has revealed the love of God, that understands that they are a new creature. And this is what mercy is what St. Matthew proclaimed to the world, so that Jesus can write it in us. All for the heart of Jesus, through the heart of Mary.